What is going on, dudes? Lady dudes, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today, we have some more hype news. It never stops. Well, it stops, but like right now, the last 3 days, it hasn't stopped even a little bit. 2 days ago, we got Senka's and the artwork, I believe, for the Yuma's and Yuya's new support cards coming in the next Legendary Duelist. Then yesterday we got everything. We got all the rarities for Chaos Impact. We got all of the last 20 imported cards for Chaos Impact. And we got a bunch of other new cards for Ignition Assault as well. Oh, and the Ritual deck. The new Ritual deck Megaliths revealed as well. And we got information on a new archetype, all that stuff, like so much information going on. I don't know why I just listed up the whole thing. It's just a waste of time because you'll probably see those. But we got some new cards here, and these are actually pretty hype as well. I want to start with this card because this card is the card described in the new Ignition Assault, like official press release, I want to say, like for the TCG, where they actually released like a couple paragraphs, like legitimately talking about the set. They mentioned a card that can like clear any type of card off the field, and that is this right here, Lightning Storm. And even Yu-Gi-Oh! Organizations, shout out to them for always getting up news super quick, calls this the ultimate comeback card or a Harpies Feather Duster for the TCG. This makes it so we don't have to get Harpies Feather Duster off the ban list because, let's take a look. Lightning Storm. You can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn. If you control no face-up cards, activate one of these effects. Destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls, or destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Oh my god, this card is so strong. I guess, alright, so like, this I think is as close to Harpies Feather Duster as we will ever get, I think. It's pretty close though. You really gotta admit, I mean, here's the one thing is, even when like, I feel like with Harpies Feather Duster, even if like in the OCG, if it's not in your main, you still side it in whether you're going first or second against any deck that is heavy on the back rows. And this card is more really only useful going second. I mean, you're not going to leave your field wide open just to let a deck set up, and because if they happen to draw, Judgment, which a lot of back row heavy decks like to play, they can just say no to this card anyway and then protect the rest of the back row, right? So like, you don't want to pass. So going first, this card's actually not a side-in option, but maybe this card's so strong that you just opt to go second every time anyway. Because 3 of this and maybe some Twin Twister, maybe some Red Reboot, whatever you want, combined with this, Pankratops can be really annoying for back row decks to deal with. Like, you know what I mean? You may just be better off going second if you're already playing a deck that doesn't hate going second as is, because this card is so strong, such a blowout. As far as the monster destruction, it's fine. It could come up for sure. I feel like most of the time, though, you're just going to be wiping spells and traps. This could just be like a really strong card, though, for opting second decks. Like, why play Hey Trunade when you could play this? When you're opting second anyway, and you're just going to try and clear all the back row in one go, right? Like, why? Very, very strong. Definitely a good card. We'll see how much play it gets. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up here is, just like the other day when we got Yuma's and Yuya's artworks revealed for their new monsters, but not the effects, we have Jaden's and Yusei's new monsters revealed here. So let's open this up in a new tab, and let's open this up in a new tab. We'll start with this guy here. His name apparently is Elemental Hero Sunriser. Oh, I'm uploading video right now, so this is going to be slow. Whatever. All right, we'll get there when we get there. He looks so clean. I think he looks so dope. You have to assume he's going to be fire attribute. I don't think you can assume what his materials will be, but I feel like we have to, I would guess that it would be somewhat generic as far as heroes go, like maybe just any 2 hero monsters, any 3 hero monsters, something like that. Maybe it has a crazy effect to allow it to be contact fused into a bot, like to make a boss monster. I don't know. It's not a masked hero, so not with mass change, but I don't know. He looks awesome, and And based on the Dark Magician support, so I'm just extrapolating from the very small amount of data we have from this Legacy support set. The Dark Magician support so far is good. We don't know if we're getting more than just the 3 cards that have been revealed, or if it's just going to be 3 for every archetype. Either way, I'm fine with that, as long as they're good. Magician Souls is nuts. It's nuts in Spirals. It's nuts in Dark Magician. It's really good. The new fusion for them is pretty solid. It's not amazing, but like it's better than just ending on a Dark Magician, right? And the new trap card actually gives them a level of disruption they didn't have before. It's searchable, and it's a legitimate negate for Dark Magician, really helping it with a lot of the problems Dark Magician's had, like consistency, true disruption going first, and just a stronger play overall going first, which is what Dark Magicians really were looking for. And so this guy, I wonder, like, heroes don't struggle with consistency like at all. We've got 3 E-Call, E-Emergency Call. We've got Rhoda, it's a warrior deck. We've got, we've got Searches. We've got a Hero Lives. Like, we have so many cards that just, like, really turbo. You have Stratos, like, consistency cards. So I wonder what this card really becomes. Maybe he helps. Maybe he's another disruptive card, like that. If you can, maybe it just makes your boards better, because I feel like hero boards were just like Dark Law and some beat sticks, and that's it. Whereas this guy could possibly make your board Dark Law plus whatever this guy does to disrupt or whatever he does, and that can be enough. Like the floodgate aspect of Dark Law plus maybe a legit disruption could be pretty strong, but if that's not the case, I don't know what they do with this guy, because they kind of have fusions that do everything. They have fusions that push for a lot of damage. They have fusions. We have new fusions, the new Evil Hero fusion that you can play in regular heroes that just wipes a board and gets huge to like try and OTK. Like, I don't know what this guy would do if he isn't like a disruption or something. They don't have a lot of quick effects in heroes as far as the monsters go, so maybe just give them a Trident effect. Just a boss monster with a Trident would actually be pretty utilitarian. If you cannot OTK, like, why go into the guy that, like, why go into, like, the evil hero guy, because he's kind of a risky, not risky, but, like if you can OTK, what's the point of going into him when you could go into this guy, wipe him, like, clear a monster, and then also next turn have a disruption to clear another monster. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. But he looks dope, and nobody will refute that. And then we also have Satellite Warrior. So this is a deck I'm not as familiar with as Elemental Heroes or Heroes in general. But he looks clean. I actually really like his design as well. I love the hands on him. You ever just see like satisfying like anime hands, and you're like, oh man, I want to watch that hand punch a face. maybe I'm just a weirdo, but he looks cool too. I'm not entirely sure what Yusei's like synchro deck is really missing. We have the new support, which apparently is pretty good. The promo from last year's Megatins, that card's pretty good. So I don't know exactly what the deck is missing. Maybe kind of same thing. I don't really think the deck does like legitimate disruption, other than like Psyframe Lord Omega. So maybe he could be cool with that. I assume this is a synchro as well, being, Yusei being the synchro protagonist of all the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. So yeah, I don't really know as much, or really know what would like help solve like the synchro deck's biggest problem. But he looks cool, and hopefully he is good as well. That's pretty much it here, guys. Here's like some better blown up images here of Sunriser and Satellite Warrior. Really, really excited to see what these do, as well as the other two, and then I guess I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get anything for Yusaku, because like he's the newest anime protagonist. Like the show just ended, he already has a bunch of support cards like that he's been getting constantly. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's nothing there. But these 5, at least, we have the artworks for the main support cards for all of our characters here, and I just want to know what they do. I'm getting antsy, and this card's nuts. Tell me how good you think this card is. If you play competitively like I do, tell me how good you think this card is. I'm going to get the hell out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. And more news to come as it comes. There's been so much in the last 3 days. And today we should have everything up that needed to be covered, which is good. Be caught up because there's so much. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Peace.